Hello guys and welcome back into part 15 of Cities Skylines. Now, what we are going to do in this episode is have a little look at this area here which we finished building in part 14. What I've done off camera a little bit is to start to flatten this area down, but of course realise how bloody expensive it is and only got halfway through doing that. We've also had something pop up here, moaning about land value as well. So what I've had to do is just move the train station a little bit around as well to get it a little bit closer, to throw in a university and allow it to access the main lines easier as well. We are going to spend a bit of time this episode just trying to improve that land value as best we can, and I've noticed as well the water seems to be draining out of the canals, so we'll look into that as well. So let's start off by getting these water pumps back online as well and see if I can do that. So I can squeeze them in there, can't I? Yeah, not too many people are moaning about that, that'll be alright. And I've also, if I can get it to snap on. Yep. What's also happened is over here I've put in two pumps. Where are they? Just down here as well to start pumping water, because I've noticed when I load the game up the water all seems to vanish. What that does mean, however, is we're going to need more of these to pump water in as well. Now I've got to see. Yeah, I can install some here as well. I was worrying if am I going to get to the point where I'm too close to the sewage, but it shouldn't be an issue. So let's install all these up as well. Connect it like that. They're going to want some power, no doubt. So let's throw that in there. Not enough money, oh gosh, I forgot how low we were getting as well. Throw one of those in there, that's all fine as well. So that's going to start pumping in water up there, which people will like as well. Oh, he wants power. Well, I put some commercial in there, so that should all help as well. And then we're going to look at throwing in some big parks as well, because they're probably one of the best ways to increase your value. Right, okay, that's something we haven't really seen before. That's all good over here. Everything's all good here. He's moaning a bit about noise, but doesn't he as well? And these have been turned into offices, look at that. There's a joke there about something, but I'm not going to make it. Citizens are sick. Is it still about the noise? 40%. Seems to be leaking through a bit. Maybe we should put this a bit further back. Or maybe this shouldn't be housing. There you go. And put some more offices there. And they'll throw up and they'll be huge as well, which is quite nice. Right, everything's doing well there. Things are doing well here. Let's just check the football team, see how they're doing. 4-2, 4 wins, 2 losses, that's alright. Water pump is going well here. And Canal District, the Lake District's filling up there as well. Now the land value, 57, so we've absolutely skyrocketed that thing as well. Which is nice. So in this episode, what we're going to be doing is flattening out this land here. And look at putting in a new city as well to get us to that 85,000 mark as well. And then hopefully turn eventually that into a lake over there as well. Should be quite nice. A nice lake in the middle as well. So we'll look at doing that now as well. Mainly I've just got to kind of wait until I get enough money so I can start flattening it out. So let's wait until we can do that now. Right, perfect. That took a bit of time, but I think we flattened that out to the best of our ability. If we forgot something, then that's absolutely okay. What we're going to start by doing then is having a look into building a city. I think it's just going to be very similar to the Evergreen District, to be honest. So what we need is a population of about 12,000. Now, in comparison, Evergreen, it's got almost 31,000. So, it almost needs to be a third of that, really, as well. So that's absolutely fine. We should achieve that fairly nicely. Just want to check around everything's... Oh, yeah, forest fire there. That's standard for us now as well. We also need to have a look into how kind of reduce our forest fires and just improve our fire safety, because it would seem it happens quite often that we have a lot of fires. I think that's mainly because we're putting in the tall trees to reduce noise pollution, so maybe then we need to have a little look into stopping noise pollution. Also, this person keeps moaning that they haven't got enough resources, which is absolutely mental, considering they are surrounded by trees absolutely everywhere as well. All this, and they're still saying we haven't got enough trees to cut it down. Look at that. Ridiculous. But anyway, let's start with the city and dive straight into that. Now, something I've just noticed, this is saying this citizen is sick, but I'm not entirely sure as to why. There is a pump next to their house, but average ground pollution is 4%. It's only coming from there, which is a bit of an issue, but not too bad. Most importantly, the water. That, to me, suggests ground pollution, isn't it? Let me have a little look into that. Right, so I've had a little Google, and apparently it's land... That's, as you would suggest, is land pollution. But, in truth, I have no idea at all how you've got ill from that, because there's no land pollution around here at all. You work over here, which I understand could cause some, but I don't understand really why you've got that. So what I've got to do is quickly just have a little look at medical and make sure you're all okay. Have you got a I mean, you've literally got a hospital right next to you as well. They've even got one in there, which is strange that you're still ill, to be honest. It might be worth investing in an absolutely huge hospital, like putting one there or something. Worry is if I put one there, you'll force a lot more traffic down that route as well. Let's throw one here, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Right, we're going to hope that they get better there as well, and he stops moaning. Also, we are looking in at building in this kind of style again. Not there. It's not the most fun, to be honest, but for genuinely kind of my first time getting to this level, that's what the design we're going to have to go with as well. I don't think it's caused us any issues down here, so we're happy with that as well. And we're going to make it fairly large to start with as well. It will also, you can see with the demand, require a huge industry zone to be built as well. So we'll look at doing that. That I'm thinking of putting opposite Highland Hills. So probably going to throw something in down here as well to help us with that. So let's look at doing all of this now. There we are, 5x5 grid to start the city as well. So we'll look at doing that in a minute. But in the meantime, as always, like I said, the people are moaning about... Oh, you're doing little loops there. Industrial. So let's get some built for them as well. So we're going to have to build it here. There we are, so connected that all up with the water now as well, and we've just got to start allocating the zones as well. What we will also need to do is probably power as well, that's going to be a requirement, and having a look at it as well, we're actually getting quite close to the point where we need to consider what else are we going to do for power, pretty much. So let's start allocating out the zones for that, and then decide what we're going to specialise in as well. So something like that to start, and something like that. Right, make it into a little district, and let's name it Heather Square. No.
A few moments later.
I think we're going to go with King Square. I must say, on this game, the names they give you at the start are great, but at this point you're kind of like, oh, fucking run out of all the options you've given me as well. So let's allocate all of that and design what they're going to specialise in. Having a look at the ore, the only thing we really can do is forest as well. But if we look, for a moment to go for it here, we are still importing forest anyway. So I think it might be an alright bet to do that as well. Then we got forest there. What else do we use forest? We use forest up here. We do actually. Ooh. Shame we haven't actually built on the fertile land, to be honest. No, let's just... Do we import any general goods? Fucking next to nothing. Right, let's put that to forest then, yeah. Where am I going? Here. Forest like that. There you go. And with that allocated, they should go up fairly quickly. They're going to start building. We'll also start throwing in some amenities for them, mainly like a big fire station in the centre, because they're going to need that. Now, if I look into here, yeah, look at that. I think that's a rather... See, she's still moaning about the illness. Oh, fuck. That was very good we checked in there. Turn you off. Turn you off. And as always, probably actually just remove you. I hate the fact that it says pause. Ooh, they're going to start moaning about the flooding. Not too bad. Oh, is it going to make like a wave effect? Fuck, well that's lucky we checked in there. How's this doing here? I got loads of time with this first. Crematorium's on fire. Ironic, isn't it? Right, that's not great. He's moaning about pollution as well. It must have been from that drain there. That's all I can think of. Right, let's finish off building this as well. There we are. So just allocated a bit more space for the industrial. That's going to be growing quite nicely. I remember they've got a fire station there. Do they need anything else really? Healthcare, let's... Hospital like that is just stupid. Not going to throw something that big in there. Quality annoys me that's not symmetrical. But that's better. There you go. People like that. I think they also... most importantly, I think they often want cemetery, which I think is just really weird. Is there a cemetery there? Yeah, see, it gets people happy. What else do they need? Parks we should be good for. That we can have a little look at later. And that should be good for now. If someone's saying they're getting seriously ill. Now this water level, I think it's going to start lowering, which is going to be annoying. Because it might mean we need to connect the canals all up to the main system. Eventually all our canals will disconnect from here. And we won't be able to actually. They should have they maintain a good level of water. And a lake will do that quite nicely. Let's look again at just continuing to grow on the industrial area here. Oh! Now the next question is it down to landfill? I think it might be. I think it might be down to waste, because I don't think we're getting rid of enough waste there, and I think that's not doing enough there. So can't put that there. Can't put that there either. What if I put that? Aha. So what if I put another one over here? Right, I've just connected these up in a hope that it's going to bring people across there, so the guy who's moaning about workers will shut up, which he has. There we are. Right, connected all those up, which is good. Let's have a little look around, see how everyone else is doing. We're doing fine here. So the water level is definitely lowering on the canals, which is just annoying. I think it did say it evaporates slowly, which kind of makes sense, to be fair. Right, they make a lot of noise, apparently. Oh, I guess, yeah, cutting down trees and shit like that. They are doing well. Demand is... Oh, those houses have slowly been built. That's all in the same area, isn't it? Yep, that's good. We should probably incorporate that. Yeah, like that. Now, we also do need to zone this, so let's do that quickly as well. Grove Heights. No, District would be nice if we get something with District.
A few moments later.
Pearl District. Next to Evergreen. I quite like that. Let's go with that. Pearl District. So what we've got to do is do the thing where we do like this. Don't include the roads. Do all the centre part. Right, there we go. So we've got Pearl District fully allocated. Let's start... Not fully allocated, fully... Yeah, well, I guess allocated. Let's start handing out these, which is going to be... Right, so I've allocated everything I think it needs to start with. Oh, actually, the last thing is probably going to be a bus line as well. So I'm going to do that quickly now. Put a bus route around it and then just start allocating all the space as well. And that should do quite nicely. So... Right, so I think that's finished for now. What I've done is just allocated all of the zones. You can see like that, for example. That's just going to start. I put in all the requirements, you know, parks there, schools there, high schools are those ones there and there. Healthcare's in the centre, as well as a university, police station, fire station as well. I'm going to put trains at the end of here as well, but I'll put time on to see how quickly that's going to start going as well. I also want to check in here. Yep, you see this gone away. So I think it really was that the issue was pollution in the form of waste not being removed as well. What's that up there I just saw? That's a plane coming in. Can I pause it and actually see if I can grab that plane? Aha, see, I can grab it. That's quite cool as well. But no passengers on it, flying to Rockfield, but we don't know what that is because we don't own it as well. That's quite cool. Then we've only got power. Aha, that's because I put the power down there and you haven't got a connection anyway. Right, let's give you power, because you might connect up quite quickly. Let's give you power, let's connect you up to them like that. He's moaning about workers, and they've had an awful forest fire. Fuck. They're not connected, but he says he's getting power. Oh, they have been connected there. Look at that beauty. I love when they build really tall ones in. Right, now we've got to decide which one of these is going to go in here. Because the gherkin would do quite nicely. See, I'd always thought it'd do really well in Evergreen, but... Are we going to say Pearl District's sort of a banking district? Because if so... It is fucking tall, I will admit that, yeah. There you go. Wait, watch them all go off. Perfect. Now we do need to look down the route of what else we want to use to make power, because... I'm only about workers, don't worry, we've got loads of people moving in here. Because this is going to cause us a bit of an issue. In the form of... when the population increases here, we're going to need more. Nuclear power is going to be the way, I think. I'm trying to think what makes the most. That makes a lot. 6,000 upkeep. 8,000 for that, but it makes even more. That makes a fair amount still. I think nuclear power would be quite cool. But does emit noise pollution, high water usage as well. Putting that over here. I'm trying to think what's best for it, probably. I want to build it down here, I think. Let's look at doing that this way. Something like that. And then it's going to require to be connected up to the power grid, of course. Which we can do by just doing something like that. A lot of power is going to come through here, but that's fine. And our power usage, look at that, absolutely skyrockets. Our income does as well, because we're not going to need a few things now. Now, pause there quickly. A few things we're not going to need. I'm trying to think for power. What makes us a lot of power? He requires it. Well, we're not going to need things like that, to be honest. Oh, actually, we might. The ones we need to look at, get rid of these. Because they fluctuate, which we don't really like. One episode, off camera, I'm going to have to look into doing the... kind of just removing all of these power lines if we don't need them. Those I quite like. I think I built them down there. Yeah, I did. Don't need that. Something like that. There you go. So housing all the way around now. Let's see how quickly that goes up. That looks quite good there. And the IT clusters here really help. And that is a huge building. Smart Read Incorporated. I mean, because I think our tallest so far is probably either that. It might be that actually. That's a really tall building. Visitors last week, tourists last week. So everyone who visited there was a tourist. When that got put in, I thought those were really tall, which they are. I mean, these are quite tall now as well, but over here, that's just massive. That's fairly big. And they are. Right, so the Pearl District is slowly growing. Look at this. We've got some nice ones coming in here. They're offices. Oh, those are houses there, which are quite good, but that's an office. Okay, that makes sense. Anything else worth throwing in? Ooh, what are you? Grand Library? Nope. Well, have we got you over there? Yeah, we do. What else do we want? Oh, it's garbage. That's something we're going to have to look into quickly as well. So the Brandenburg doesn't really work there. Department store could. See, something like that could work quite nicely. I think we'll end up losing the houses on the other side though. So let's do that actually. Quick pause. Because we are going to lose you. Pause though. Well, I know it's not pretty, but I've had to throw in this highway here as well, just to try and take a bit of strain off people going into Evergreen if they want to go there. There, because now if they want to go here, if they're here and they're like, I want to go into it, they'll either go all the way around there or just do that, which should be shorter and actually better. Fucking hell. Right. I don't think he's going to directly be able to handle that, so we're going to upgrade these roads as well. Right, okay. So a lot of people clearly here are trying to get into the city. That's okay, so jump back up to 80% still. Moaning about the dead, moaning about the dead. Why? You're moaning about power as well. Oh, fuck. Why are you moaning about power? Why are you moaning about power? That's interesting. We're getting power from an unreliable source, which could be that. How much is this? Day and night do not affect thanks to battery storing heat of the sun. Oh. I think we should look at getting rid of you then. And look at getting rid of you. Now how much power do we make now that we got rid of them both? Probably nowhere near enough, right? It says we do, actually. Well, let's look at getting 2 nuclear power stations. Just so that... Oh, God, how much are they? 200,000? Fuck, okay. Build them opposite each other like that. That's why they're... Now, look, now that I've taken them out... Well, let's do that. Now that I've taken them out... There we go. We don't make enough, so let's put something like that in there. There you go. That should be enough power now. Fuck, so he's saying he's not making enough power there. It's almost like it's not getting round to him. So let's reconnect these guys up. Can that not... Oh, there we go. No, it's fine. And then that should take a bit... Yeah, there we go. It's fine. Fuck, that was almost bad. He's only... Oh, yeah, okay. Right, so what I've done now is I've redone the train system entirely. It's not the prettiest, I'm not going to show it to you because it goes underground and pops up here. But in short, it's now just one circle all the way around. I put 2 trains, one goes clockwise, the other goes anti-clockwise as well. Having a look down here, you'll see 10 stops, 9 stops. I don't know what there's a difference, but to be honest. Themselves... We're going to modify it and give them a train. Where is it? Oh, no, we're going to modify it, I said. How do I modify it? There you go. And give it a vehicle count of 150%. Actually, going to have to put that up. 10. Yeah, 190. 180? Yeah, 180. So let's do that. Same on that one. 180. There we go. And we'll see how we do from there. So let's put that back on as well. Everyone should be okay now. And what it is going to just let people do is pretty much go around the whole of Metropolis quite easily, or Springfield, sorry. The only thing that's going to stop people is there isn't a connection between Highland and King Square yet, so we need to maybe look at doing that as well. Also, he moaned about polluted water, I think. Whoa! Okay, how's that happen now? That's a good question. That's pumping out. It's pumping in. It's not from you, is it? Is it you? No, it's you. You're polluted. Okay, maybe it's you then. Right, now I've moved that, but what's important is that shouldn't be coming into effect unless the water we are using, the requirements are crossed over each other. Now, pumping station. Back into... Oh, so if they've picked up polluted water, they'll pump it back in as well. Can I turn... Yeah, turn that building off. Put time on, and let me watch this. Ground pollution is 1%. Average water... So, it's not from anywhere over here, is it? No, water levels are still quite low. 1%. It's interesting that it affected him. Arguably, it could be them, but I don't really think so. Okay, now here, what we're going to have to do quickly as well is also fix. So this is a road, by the way, directly into the city here, which people are starting to use, which is good. Oh, traffic lights, which we don't want. The only bad thing is... it's going to cause people to fuck up a bit here. So let's have... can you, from here, go here and all the way around? Yes, you can. So that needs to be a route directly over. So the advantage of going left here, because you could just go in here. Exactly, right, yeah, okay. So let's just do that quickly as well. Something like that. There you go. Well, that should help things there a bit. What's... got to keep an eye on that. That's getting back up a bit, which is better, but that's worrying. It looks quite good, though, when you come out and you see that to start with as well. Right. I think we're going to have to round things up from there. Oh no, it's fire down there, doesn't really matter. Because what we've done in this episode is we've finished building down here really as well. And actually we have achieved a lot. It's been a long one for me as well. Just recording time right now for reference is coming up to 2.5 hours. Pearl District's been built. It looks quite nice as well. It's going to grow and become a mini version, but more dense version of Evergreen District as well. So that's doing well. We've also built King Square in there as well and put a nice little industrial area. We sorted our train lines out as well. Going through things, let's have a little look one by one. So power, we've skyrocketed to the use of a nuclear power now, which is quite nice. Water, we're doing well there as well. We've got reserves, which are almost full. There we go. The water reserve isn't full. It's got a fraction of it missing, which I think might be pollutant, but we need to look into that in a bit. Oh, no, there we go. It's pumped back up. So part of it is actually being used, which might be causing an issue there. Fire safety, it hasn't been great this episode, but it's still high at 33%. Crime's low. Healthcare, doing well. It could be improved there as well. Education, we are doing rather well. See, they're still saying they've got a high demand for it. They're fucking opposite the road. It's doing well there, and public school, public libraries we need to have a little look into, but we just see that not many people even go to them. Unemployment's 2%, which is incredibly well, needs a lot more jobs. Happiness, pretty happy with all of those. $40 is kind of universal, to be honest. It doesn't really matter until we look into each of the zones. You can see Evergreen does really well. Lake District is doing well now. Hamilton does well. All of these kind of things do well. That does really well on the shore, actually, there. That's doing really well. Loads of these going around, which is quite nice. Levels doing well, fine. Importing very little, exporting a good amount as well, which is nice. We're doing well there. 89% is very impressive considering the size of our city. Don't worry about that, that's all good. Ground pollution, that's what's fucking me off. And that's fine there as well. So for now, I think we're going to leave things there as well. That's going to be part 15 of Cities Skylines. I've been Lewis, the True RW. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe if you enjoyed. If you didn't, let me know as to why. But until next time, guys, see ya. Goodbye.